My name is Mike Freeman. I'm the CFO for the city. I was really in a lead role in negotiating the incentive agreement with Loveland Commercial for this project. So be able to see all the hard work really, kind of coming to fruition. So what we want to do today is have a number of people who have been really integrally involved in this project just come up and say a few words. It's pretty windy. We don't have more than about 2 hours worth of comments. So I'm kidding. No, it's going to be pretty brief. But anyway, I just wanted to start with having Mayor Hutchinson, who also has a dual role as the president of the Urban Renewal Authority Board, come up and make some initial comments.
Well, it's a great day for Fort Collins, even if it is a little windy. I have some special personal feelings about what's happening here because for most of the time that I was in junior high and high school, we lived out on what's now Highway 1, a great house overlooking Terry Lake. And back then, North College was kind of still not looked at as the cutting edge of Fort Collins, and it was a two-lane street. And this was all drear pickle fields, and so it's been great to see the progress that's being made, and this is phenomenal to come to this day with all the efforts that we've made and the things that we've done. I also wanted to point out that this was one of the early beneficiaries, I think, mutual beneficiaries, both for the developer, the people of Fort Collins, and the city of Fort Collins, in terms of a policy change that allowed us to, under the watchful eye of our city attorney, to come out with Eris Holzapfel and the whole council, and we did a tour. It was the first time we had done that. Usually council can't talk to developers ahead of time because if any one council member has unique information, he can't participate in voting for the quasi-judicial kind of thing. So Fort Collins made a policy change, and we're seeing the benefits of that policy change with this. And one of the elements of that was the ability to do a site tour, and for the developer to hear questions from the council and concerns from the council. And this was before the application. And that was a good two-way interaction that normally never would occur. But all together, with the attorney there to make sure that we stayed on track, we did that. And then we had one of the first pre-application hearings at a council meeting where we could have on Channel 14, again, the entire council there and the developer presenting his vision. I think that led to some adjustments that made this feasible. I think it made sure that it fit Fort Collins. And I just wanted to mention that that I think was a real step towards good governance that benefits the city, the people, and the developers and redevelopment. So congratulations to Eric Holzapfel and the team at Loveland Commercial for today's groundbreaking for the North College Marketplace, a great event. This is going to be that Urban Renewal Authority. Our second project that Mike mentioned, that's our city council wearing a hat as the URA, and this is by far the biggest private development on North College, and it's going to add to the momentum of the revitalization and the improvement of a very important part of our city. This kind of project is exactly what we're looking for when we establish the Urban Renewal Authority, and it's absolutely within the targeted goals of the framework of redevelopment for the city of Fort Collins. This is an important northern gateway that we, I think, historically have not paid proper attention to. This is a great step towards paying that attention. This is the first of 4 projects that's been approved by the URA board this year, and today's celebration commemorates the first of the groundbreakings for these projects. So I'm delighted to be here, delighted that you're here. This is a great day for Fort Collins, a great step forward, and I think it's a good example of what we can do when we have good collaborative partnerships that focus on what really fits Fort Collins. So thank you for being here.
Not everybody really gets a chance to do this in their career, but I want to talk a little bit about kind of the role that the city manager and also as the executive director of the Urban Renewal Authority plays. Early on in the process of starting to negotiate with Eric and his team and Loveland Commercial for this project, the city manager plays a vital role. And what we did was actually negotiated really some upfront parameters for this project, kind of inside-outside limits on the kinds of things that would be important, both from a developer standpoint and from a city standpoint. And I really like working with Darren because one of the things he does for me professionally is really kind of cuts me loose and lets me do my job. And it really is the kind of the lead negotiator. I'm able to be effective in that job because I know I have the manager's support, and I think Darren knows he has the council and Urban Renewal Authority area support because the way we negotiated to get these agreements again was within parameters, and we very much did this on this project. And there were a whole variety of very unique issues that came up as we were negotiating this project, including the wetlands, including the Urban Renewal Authority, our participation, transportation improvements. We negotiated probably for the better part of 6 months, and it wasn't always easy. But again, we really are excited that this project's kicking off, and I think the agreement overall is great for the city. It's great for Loveland Commercial and great for this area. So with that, I'd like to introduce Darren Atterbury, City Manager of Fort Collins and Executive Director of the Urban Renewal Authority.
Well, thanks everyone for being here. There's a story that goes between mayors and city managers that when the weather is just gorgeous, the mayor gets the credit for that. And when it's windy or rainy or snowy, it's the city manager that has the responsibility. So I'll take the blame for the weather today. I apologize. You know what? For the North College business folks, 3 of you are here. Ron is over here. There's Greg. You know what, you guys? I just want to tell you, persistence pays off. Vision pays off. I'm so excited for Fort Collins about this project and North College, but I just want to acknowledge the work that you guys have done. You know, Dean and Ron and Don and Neil and Greg and others. Man, this has been a long time in the waiting, and I just want to acknowledge the work that you guys have done and just sort of believing in that. And hey, Ron, you know I wouldn't say this if I didn't mean it. I am so thankful for the commitment and just sort of the long-term nature in which you guys have been in the game. And you know, to transform an area like North College, it's, you know, like anywhere in any community, it takes a long time and a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. And you guys have been amazing. And I guess I just want to give you a big round of applause for that and say thank you for your vision. There are lots of people that are involved in this, and I want to talk about Eric Holsapple in just a second. But I'll tell you, I am so privileged to be part of a city team, our city organization. You know, Christina's back here, and Mike just spoke. And I mean, could city staff members just raise your hand that has participated in this project? You know what? I think that they believe just as much in North College as you guys do on the CAG and in the business people up here. I really think that, and I think it's genuine. And I just admire my coworkers who have sort of stuck in there for so long, and I just appreciate it. You know, Eric Holsapple, you know, for me, these relationships, these Urban Renewal Authority relationships, or where the city partners both in a project but also a financial partner, you gotta believe in that partner. We don't just go around and partner with anyone. We establish a relationship. We believe in a vision together, and we invest in organizations that we think will deliver on what was promised. And I just think that, Eric, you've done that from day one. I appreciate your during tough times, you're believing that you can pull this off. I appreciate your sensitivity to that balance between the built and the natural environment that you have shown. I appreciate your can-do nature, and again, you know, I don't say that at all these meetings. He has been a great partner, and his colleagues on the Loveland Commercial team. So I'm done. I just want to say thank you, congratulations, Fort Collins, and Eric, I'm proud to have you as a partner.
I'm to introduce Eric. I think Darren pretty much said it all, except that you know, as I know a number of you are in the real estate or development business and know how difficult sometimes these negotiations can be. And I remember being holed up many times last summer in the city attorney's conference room, which has no windows, you know, across the table from Eric negotiating. And I'm glad that's done. It was pleasant, but I'm glad it's done. And with that, Eric, I'll introduce you.
Can I get my partners, Nathan and Blaine Rapay, Nathan Klein and Blaine Rapay? Where's Blaine? Come on up. A lot of Eric floating around, but these are two partners that really young stars, Blaine Rapay and Nathan Klein. If you haven't met them yet, you ought to meet them, because they really moving things here. Down? Anyway, Blaine and Nathan, please take the opportunity to get to meet them. But I thought I'd talk a little bit. Darren said mentioned the word transformation, and really that's development, transformation. We're part of a bigger thing happening to transform this area of town, and it's pretty exciting. The three words I think of today, getting ready for this groundbreaking, really were leadership, partnership, and stewardship. And leadership is starts with this North Fort Collins Business Association and the vision they had to really get together and put some emphasis on the northern part of town and add a little political muscle and some money and those kind of things. I'll tell you, it's not typical that you have a business association like you do, that it's really been an impetus here. And also leadership is the city council approving, and Darren and Mike, an urban renewal area, 500 some acres I think it is, and this made this possible. This development would not be here. We would not be here without Urban Renewal Authority and assistance. I think we add about $1.7 million of sales tax revenue to the city, $800,000 of property tax revenue to the city, and to be able to use that tool to help with some of the infrastructure was critical on this project. Also, the Dry Creek, there were storm drainage problems, and these problems were solved before we got here. We can take no credit, but a lot of the stars were aligned for us. So there was a lot of leadership on behalf of the business community and the city, and then partnership. It was a unique partnership with the NFCBA and the city. You could see it. It was informal, but unique partnership, and we became part of that partnership and worked with Darren and Mike's team to do an urban renewal agreement, which, we did a memorandum of understanding in a few months, I think, and allowed us to close on the land and get going. And these two guys did a great job. They gave us access when we needed to in some difficult points, and both of them are, what does it take to get this done? What do you need? Let's figure this out. And really, thank you very much, you guys. And it aligned right down through the staff. You hear a lot of rumors. You can't get a project approved in Fort Collins. Forget it. Better go to Johnstown. But sure wasn't true here. It was aligned. Steve Alt and Steve Dush. I see Jeff Scheich here, and really right on down through the city staff. Everybody got behind this project. And let's see, the last part of that is stewardship, and there was a lot of that. And Darren asked the city staff to raise their hand. Glenn, could you guys step forward, the ones that are on this team, and Steve, and you guys really, come on, just take a step forward and look. There's 7 acres of wetlands here. Come on, don't be afraid. 7 acres of wetlands. Is Dana here? 1-to-1 mitigation on our wetlands that'll be done we're after and part of the city project. But really, you guys did an amazing job, and we want to thank you. Really enjoyed working with you. I know we got a little more to do, but thank you. And I'd also like to talk about our team. Lindsay, Paul, who else is here? I saw Dave Rao. Rob, can you guys just step forward a little bit? Who's there? Will Welch. I know BHA's down watching the Rockies, Bruce Hendy today, and the others aren't here, but we had a really dynamite staff. I think Matt Baker said it best. He said, you guys got the A-team here, and I think we do. We got a real young engineer that's a star, Lindsay. She did a great job organizing it all, and thank you all very much. You did a really good job. So I think we've got those 3 elements in this project. It's been great leadership from the community, partnership, definitely a public-private partnership, and it's good stewardship of the land. There'll be a nice wetlands for the neighborhood and the community to have for a long time to come. Anything else, you guys? Good. Other than that, I think we have a groundbreaking, or is Mike? You got one more, don't you? Okay. Thank you very much.
So just one quick thing. Hey, Joe, there you are. I didn't see you earlier, which is why. Can you come up for a second? Because Joe and I.
What did I do wrong?
No. This was a very, very difficult site, and I just want to recognize you because Joe really took the lead from a planning standpoint to work through a lot of the very complicated issues I am not qualified to even talk about. Like the wetlands, and come up with a lot of creative solutions. And I didn't see you earlier. I really want to recognize you for that because Joe really led the land use planning components and the details of that, and I kind of did the financial piece. And it wouldn't have come together the way it did if he wasn't on the team. So really wanted to say thanks for that. Dean, do you want to come up now? Okay.
Speaking for the North Fort Collins Business Association, I would like to also say thank you to everyone for their support of this project and coming out today. It is truly a great day when those of us who have been here since the beginning see our efforts come to reality. The North Fort Collins Business Association works hard every month to ensure developers and the city of Fort Collins recognizes the need for development up here, infrastructure improvements, and making this area a safe environment for the citizens up in this area. Great strides have been made in the last 4 years, but especially in the past year when the combination of efforts of the URA, the voter-initiated Building on Basics project, the Business Association, the city all come together and focus on the needs up in this area. Congratulations to Eric and his staff for the great work in bringing the new marketplace to the north side of Fort Collins. With the combination of the URA's TIF financing, the removal of the Dry Creek floodplain, and great teamwork between Loveland Commercial, the city staff, elected officials, and the NFCBA's Citizens Advisory Group, we are able to put shovels in the ground today. Within 18 months, there will be 300 to 400 of our citizens working in the businesses that will locate up here, not counting the construction workers who will build the project. Thank you again for coming out today, and we look forward to many more groundbreaking and grand openings in our near future. Keep up the good work, and let's keep the momentum going.
We are going to have a little a special event here because we want to do some recognition of Ron Lotzenheiser for a couple of reasons. Come on forward, Ron. Ron has been a key guy. Ron has been a key guy in that we talked about partnerships. Every one of us mentioned partnerships, and that partnership of the citizens and the Citizen Advisory Group and the URA panel itself has been, the board itself has been just remarkable. And Ron Lotzenheiser is a spark plug behind a lot of that, and a quiet, self-effacing sometimes, but always a great organizer on these kind of things. And we also found out that it's Ron's birthday. So Eric, we want to do two things. We're going to postpone the birthday cake until after the groundbreaking, but we wanted to give Ron a round of applause for making yet another year. Don't. Ron, I'm not done. And then we have a little piece of recognition here that Eric Holzapfel will do. But I wanted to thank Ron publicly for, we've had great relationship for a long time. He's a key player. I really strongly believe in partnerships, and he's been one of the key people, along with Dean and some of the others here, that have really made this partnership work, and I appreciate it a lot, Ron. So over to you, Eric.
Thanks for your kind words. Ron has been such a key advocate in this that we're presenting him with a key to our little city here in North College Marketplace. Ron, thank you very
I
much.
understand you have a new bank here. Is that the key to Chase Bank? Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Okay, I think we're now going to do the groundbreaking, and then we can reassemble and sing happy birthday to Ron and share some cake and what have you. Thanks. Why don't you dig down